I think coming back to MYB after such a long time apart was definitely a learning process. You know, we're learning to dance in masks, learning to come together again, like in person, and socially distanced, of course, but to actually dance together again. But I think in the end, it really brought us as a school all together. And, you know, throughout all the tough times where, you know, you feel like you can't breathe in a mask, in like long days of rehearsal or long days of class, I think it brought us together.
I feel like filming was such a huge part of this because we got to really explore what it means to have a connection, especially in this time without so much connection through quarantine and through all the struggles that we've had to face this year. So finding a way to connect with people without touching was really meaningful.
Yeah, in addition to that, I think working with Mr. Reader to create this whole new paw based around this idea of not touching, not having any physical contact, really gave new meaning to the paw, really rejuvenated it, and we sort of got to create our own new form of the Nutcracker, which is such an incredible experience.
The story feels a little different this year. It feels like there's more of a through line. I understand where the relationship develops in a way that maybe I haven't in the past because we really got to fill it out.
I feel like this year we definitely got to explore the relationship between Nick and Clara and what that meant into where they explored in the city, what they did, and also what that meant for their relationship and how that developed into either a bigger relationship and how that led into the paw.
I think also for the rest of the cast as well, it was such an amazing process because we really had to redo the entire ballet to fit the needs of social distancing and mask wearing. So without partnering throughout the entire ballet, a lot of sections had to be choreographed, not just the paw.
One really big thing about the filming that was actually really crazy but really interesting to work with was the green screen. Having to adapt and figure out how we had to fit this big piece of choreography and all the space you need into a refined area that we can have a green screen. That was definitely one of the biggest challenges that I think we faced. Supposed to be it being a little slippery, us happening to go outside the camera and then retake the shot. I feel like that was one of the biggest challenges we faced for filming specifically.
Mm-hmm. Also reformatting the paw so that it wasn't for this big audience where you're performing outwards, but it's refining that connection between Nick and Clara for the camera because you're looking at it through a whole different perspective than it would be if we performed it on stage live.
Yeah. Through the reformatting, it ended up being maybe a little bit more challenging, I'd say stamina-wise, because it ended up being more like a 5-minute solo, but when you were tired and you were at the end, you really drew a lot of strength from your partner because they're struggling right beside you. You're doing the same steps, so that was it was nice.
Do you guys have any plans for watching the movie premiere?
Yeah, I think that I'm probably going to watch it with my family, but in any other year, I would have really loved to watch this with the other cast members and people that we worked with because it's been a great experience and we spent a lot of time together, so.
This year's Nutcracker is definitely going to be one to remember, and I don't think any of us are ever going to let go of this memory because we'll always have the video to look back at. But that's definitely going to be one of the most special things about it, remembering this year.
I think we'd all like to say thank you so much to the faculty and staff and everyone who made this production possible, all the teachers who stayed late nights, to Matthew and the filming crew for making all of this possible. And I think we can say on behalf of the entire school, this was such an incredible opportunity, and we're all so grateful that we were able to be a part of this. With all the terrible things that 2020 has given us, I think this is a really bright spot in our year.